Hello. I do, for I am many. Wish I was many. Oh, maybe I don't. I don't know. How are you? Is that a gold bolt over there? That is a gold bolt over there. How do I get over there? Oh, I'm just existing. Work is not fun. I don't know, man. There's a lot going on. Glad you're okay, though. Yes, a gold. But how do I reach the gold? Seriously, how do I reach the gold? Like there's holes everywhere. Which hole am I meant to be in? Where? Fully to the goal. Fly, thank you. Yeah. I got the bolt from up there, didn't I? Can't fly in from over there, that's way too far. Is there a way I can hop over somewhere over here? What have I even got as a weapon at the moment? I need like a shotgun, but I don't think it exists in this game. It does in later games, but not this one. So I gotta try and figure out where the other bolt is after this, because I'm pretty certain there's another one. I mean, none of them are particularly like hard or anything, so while I'm not necessarily going to 100% the game, I think that's something that's reasonable to pursue. Just what's over here? Just cheat my way through the level. genuinely don't remember how to do this. Is there an answer somewhere in here? It should be at the top of this wall, right? I mean, honestly, if you want to, I'm not gonna stop you. I'm not gonna be precious about the prime guide. I'm not gonna. You mean the Prima guide? Yeah, Prima guide. He did say that. I misread it. I'm not gonna be precious about backseating over a game from 2002. Oh wait, do I fly? Can I fly onto that? No. Well, maybe, but not in that way. I couldn't. Oh. I meant to do that. Pretty soon I can like just cheat it, I think. We'll find out. But basically that I don't think that's the way I meant to do this. Like that didn't feel the right way. I suppose any way that you get to the end result, at least in video games. I like hop along here. No. I mean, this is obviously the way back down, but it's just. Wait, can I like wall grab along here? Nope. You doing anything this evening, Keenan? Is it overwhelmed by choice? Like, are there actually games that you'd want to play? Or do you just feel like you have all these games and yet none of them actually interest you? Because that's what I end up finding. I've got all these different games. And I'm like, ugh. I mean, I wonder if that's what's happened to me with Final Fantasy XIV. But I find it with films as well. I just like, I feel like I'm constantly pursuing like comfort. Like games like this where my mind's just numb because I know most things about the game. Yeah, yeah, exactly. I get that feeling.
Mayday, mayday.
Oh, there's still a bolt somewhere in here. I'm struggling to decide on a game that I want to play just for me. Which is kind of ridiculous really, but here we are. Streaming can kind of break you to, like, you look through your library and you'll be like, oh, I won't play it. Yeah. I won't play that because I'll stream it. Or, ooh, that would make good content. Or, ooh, that would give me something to actually talk about. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. I know what the solution ultimately is. You just gotta go, yeah, I've got all of these games, so therefore I'm going to just pick this one, and this one's going to be the one that I don't stream. And maybe, you know, I stream that at a later date once I have played it through for myself. That'll be my off-game stream, and that'll be my sort of just me game, my comfort game. That's very easy to say and very hard to actually put into practice. And for me, like, I've got a ton of like indie games and stuff that I could play for myself, because I don't really think any of that would ever translate well into an already tiny niche stream. I find I'm not interested in those games. I just seem to have amassed them over years and years. Sure, there'll be plenty of them that I actually would enjoy if I ever gave them a chance. But like I say, I'm in this sort of weird place where, because I'm always so tired and drained, I only ever pursue like comfort games. You see loads of music, etc. that are like, haha, isn't it funny that I own all these games and don't know what to play? Yeah. Yeah. I know exactly what you mean. This is not where I want it to be. It's definitely because of work. I do not find work particularly enjoyable anymore. And all the things that I do find enjoyable about it seem to be slowly being stripped away from me. So it's not leaving me in a great position. Indeed, but here's the problem, like, when you look around at other jobs, they all seem to be just as bad, if not worse. So, where does that ultimately leave you? I mean, don't get me wrong, if I could do a job that was on less pay, but had less stress involved, and yeah, like I can easily spend a lot less money and be perfectly happy. That's where the gold vault is. Come here, I'm a genius. My commute's only like half an hour. The commute's definitely not the problem. I don't even have to go all the way into Leeds from where I am. Yeah, the commute's the same commute I've been making pretty much my entire life. No, it's quite alright. Well, wait, what was the other question? What do I specifically do? So, kind of an AV tech. But it doesn't. So we look after the equipment, which is bookable. The studio spaces. So we've got 2 studio spaces currently, and then 2 sort of audio. So like 2 TV studio, photography studio type spaces, like big studios, and 2 audio studios, like a podcast studio and a radio studio. And then there's things like the AV tech around the building. There's stuff about like research projects and stuff. We're supporting like journalism courses, film courses, photography courses, digital media courses, which is just pretty much anything that would fall into those 2 categories, which, yes, is literally as broad as it possibly can be. Yeah, did I say research projects as well? Though that's usually like computer tech and stuff. Now, I'm not particularly strong at computer tech, but I was brought in to be more on that practical side of stuff like film, photography, and like the production equipment. And more, that's getting stripped away from us, or trying to be handed off to other people, because frankly my manager who used to be the studio tech, which is less what I'm into, less what my strengths are, he used to be the studio tech and the digital media tech, and he is pulling away from all the things like technical demonstrations, so where I go into workshops and such and provide an example of how the equipment works, or a demonstration of how the equipment works. So he's wanting to move away from stuff like that. He's wanting to move away from having the equipment room and passing it off into a sort of centralized faculty system, which I'm pretty adamantly against. Yeah, pretty much, exactly. And I keep being told that I should play to my strengths, and that that there's room for progress, or progression and stuff like that. But all of the things that I was told could be points of progression are either being stripped away or have outright been given to the new member of the team, a more senior member of the team that's just been brought in. So I'm kind of left just flailing in the wind. I'm not particularly enjoying that feeling. And then there's all sorts of conversations that happen about stuff that would be my job or that would affect my job, but never seem to involve me directly, never actually seem to be like, oh, well, as the person doing the job, what does that employee think? Which I know is fairly typical of management, but it's still frustrating as hell to be on the receiving end of, to have people making decisions about your career, your future, the job that you thought you were brought in to do, and then apparently aren't doing anymore. I don't know. But then the other side of it is that there's just been complete and utter fucking chaos with a bunch of staff leaving, a bunch of what's been called technical debt, but basically just means stuff that should have happened years ago and never did, now has to be dealt with. So a lot of, like, you know, duct taping over cracks and stuff. Not literally, well, sometimes literally, but not generally literally, but you know, just papering over cracks only for the cracks to later appear. Well, we're now in later. Yeah. It's not like I don't think there are reasons for them to be considering or making the decisions they're making. It's just the way that those decisions are being made, and the conversations that are being had sort of, like I say, never involve me. So it's someone's constantly talking on my behalf, and they're not telling them the things that I would be saying. That's really, you know, frustrating and impossible to sort of deal with. Well, I'm looking for, I am keeping an eye out on other jobs, but, well, as always, I fell off there. I can't see them. I'm sure one will eventually appear, maybe, but it's, I don't know. It's just not currently there. It's possible to turn it around, but this is the other thing. Like, my manager is applying for an even higher position that would put him in a place at faculty level rather than school level. I'm sure he'd be, you know, broadly good in the position, but again, it would be, I think a lot of the changes he would move it away from the things that I was actually interested in and wanting to do, and I don't know, some of that will be for the better for the school. I know there's a lot of stuff from senior management at faculty level that I don't agree with, and they're going to implement regardless of what I say. Particularly stuff around sharing faculty resources. So instead of having these individual school resources, you have faculty level resources. I've tried, but there are limits. And like I say, a lot of these conversations are sort of happening without me, you know, I find out after the conversation's already happened. I suppose I could be more blunt about it. But it's not like I've shirked away from the discussion altogether or anything like that. I don't know. I mean, theoretically, if he gets this higher position job, I could potentially go for his job, his current job. But there's no guarantee I would actually get it. And like, I'm looking into like doing management courses and stuff like that. Because while I have managed teams in the past, being a higher education institute, they'd probably prefer if I had some sort of certification. Yeah. Rather than just practical experience. I don't think there are limits when you're talking about how you feel about your job, to be honest. If you have a one-to-one and you say I'm not happy and this is why, at least you've raised it. I'm trying to decide if I'm trying to decide if I'm doing myself a disservice by saying like making it sound like I haven't had these discussions or anything. I mean, I'd say certifications definitely should matter. Practical experience definitely should matter more than certifications, but the way jobs should work at universities, or just in general, doesn't seem to be how how it should work isn't necessarily how it does work. You got all hail to the algorithm. But this is all happening a lot sooner than I was expecting, so we've already gone through. So we already lost a team member with 20 plus years experience that is now just pretty much gone. And then if my manager goes, that's the other technician who had 20 plus years or whatever of experience, or 20 years of experience, and me and... Well, technically I've been there 10 years, but I've only been a technician for about a year and a half. The other technician has only been there about 2.5 years now. Mate, no, just 2 years. He's been there about 2 years. And then obviously we just brought on a new guy literally like 2 months ago. Have it or commit to getting it in this timeline. See, I have no problem committing to doing any training that needs to be done. But you're up against so many different people at this point, because there's just less and less jobs out there. People are cutting staffs down. Because that's exactly what you want in an economic downturn. Even less people in work. I mean, literally anything. Anything that just shows that I take management seriously, and that I'm interested in pursuing it, and I've actively chosen to pursue it. I definitely don't have the time or energy or money for things like diplomas and that sort of thing. I don't think that's necessarily the requirement. That wouldn't be a bad thing. but just any sort of management course, even just like a day course or a week course or something like that. No, I will judge. I'll judge if the job comes up. I'll judge it based on what the job it is, and I will apply for it based on what I have at the time. Possibly, I need to talk to our professional development team, which I think one of my best friends literally is does work for that department. I need to check with him, but he's had various things going on in his life that makes me hesitate to immediately contact him. Like I don't want to divulge his personal issues, but significantly bad enough that I would hesitate. I am hesitating. The thing is about the university, like, everything's so terribly signposted, like, it's really hard to find the information you need. Unless you know someone. So yeah. Down here. I'm sure the information is out there somewhere, but it's finding it. Yeah, well, welcome to welcome to higher education, right? I imagine it's not that different at your place, right? Indeed. Well, you sound like you're in a damn sight better position than mine, then. Oh, I forgot about this. Because yeah, quite frankly, where I am, it's a fucking mess. It's become very tiring. Extremely tiring. I'm sure as hell not getting paid enough to care. And they make it very difficult to leave me the room to care. Cheers. I'm getting to that point, like, there's all this rhetoric about, like, you know, it's choose your own adventure, you know, it's what you make of it sort of thing. I'll play to your strengths, because someone else will have different strengths, and between all of you, you'll sort of figure it out. But then, like I say, all the things that I consider my strengths have been stripped away, and I don't have time for any of the training, even though they say, you know, if you find a training course, yeah, go on the training course, but then I don't have time to do the work that I need to do. And then things are happening so fast that because I don't have time to do any of the training, I can't prepare myself for what's basically coming around the corner. And at the grade I'm on, it shouldn't be my problem to care, but and people go, well, you know, just stop caring then, or something to, or, you know, just relax and this is someone else's problem to deal with. But ultimately, because I'm the one that has to do part, you know, whatever part of my job, how do I just stop caring? I'm definitely gonna need, oh my god, please, for the love of God, give me a weapon. Please. Thank you. There's a lot of things that should happen, Keenan, and they're just not. And they're not because ultimately there's been a lot of missteps and mismanagement and whatever else, and it's not the fault of anyone that's currently in the job, it's the fault of people that were in the job in the past and have left a big mess for the rest of us to deal with. The rest of us are a bunch of basically new staff, for the most part. And, we're just trying to do our best, but we've got no guidance to follow, and no time to make up for all of the issues that are there. So most of last semester, I wasn't taking my lunches, and I also was going home late, and in some instances even coming in early, and I'm just and I completely burnt myself out. That's it. I'm past my first year now. I should be past survival, but I never am. There's always something else that needs that supposedly desperately needs my attention. It's even worse for my manager. Like, I don't want it to sound like somehow this is all just falling on me, it's falling on all of us. So it's not, so even if I went to my manager, it's not like there's a huge amount that they can do. Okay, that must be right. That's the only place it fits. then that must be right because that's the only place that fits. But then, no, that can't be right because then I would be blocking that. Does that also fit there? It does. And then, so that has to go there. And then that has to go there. It seems to be happening across the entire sector. Part of what we decided to do is for the interviews for the job that we've recently filled, you know, me and the other technician on my grade agreed to be the ones that met them instead of a member of the admin team, and gave them a quick tour of the building to sort of get a sense of who they were and how they would fit into the team. And they all basically commented on facing similar problems. I don't know. It's complicated, as always, because nothing can ever simply be, you know, easy, straightforward, or follow common sense. I think the issue is there's just too many plates spinning at the moment. Too many irons in the fire. What we really need is to just be able to focus on one task at a time and actually see it through to completion and get it all working. I mean, yeah, kinda. And what seems to have happened is we now have the work of 6 people, but instead of it being done by 3, it's been done by 4, except that 4th one needs some training on our systems, but then so do I. You'll have to excuse me while I just slowly murder all of these slimes. I just know that with only one life, I don't think I can completely avoid getting hit, so I have to cheese it a little bit. Oh. And de-aggro them constantly. Aye. How are you enjoying your new job, by the way? Because I know it's IT related, but like I never studied IT. So any IT I've learned I've picked up over through osmosis, basically. Can't be that. It must be that. That can't be that. That must be that. What's that? No, it can't be that. That has to be that, right? No, it can't be that. There you go. Is it less stressful? Was it a move sideways for you? It's my turn to ask a personal question. Was it a move sideways, or was it a
Hey, what are you doing here?
I'm searching for a very elusive and
a promotion or demotion in essence?
Maybe.
The oceans on this planet are said to be an excellent source of that element.
Well, not anymore. All that toxic dumping has obscured any trace of it. You will find raritanium for me.
No, I will not.
Piece of junk. My latest invention, the Persuader. I intended to use it to control minds, but, well, the only thing it's gotten me so far is a discount from Gadgetron vendors.
Hey, I could use that.
Well, I'll trade it for some raritanium.
I believe planet Hoven is a source of that element.
Perfect! This is precisely what I need. You will bring me more raritanium.
You can't be serious.
Ah, well, I tried.
There you go. Now it sits on his little chest. Yeah, it was a career change. I was lucky enough that could career change and not take a wage hit. I was really baffled when they told me I got it and that I was the best candidate. Well, there is a lot of that happening around as well, like, which is why you should definitely go for a job even if you don't think you're qualified, because frankly, if you can just fill out an application so that the algorithm likes it and spews you forward, it stands you in good stead, because there's a lot of people that probably are qualified, or even more qualified than you, but they can't fill out an application for their fucking life. And while that is a little sad, and I do sympathize with them, you know, you've got to look after yourself at the same time. So even if you, and the thing is, as long as you're willing to learn the skills, like there's no job theoretically out there that you can't do, as long as they give you the time to actually do the training for it. And every job needs to provide you some sort of training, which, in the politest way, my job has done not the most amazing they've not done the most amazing job of training me up on the areas that I'm weak. That's complicated. I don't want it to sound disparaging towards my manager or the other members of the team. Like I say, they're dealing with a hell of a lot. So you're basically like service desk, and you facilitate sending the information out to the various teams within the department. You just need to be able to pass the information that the customers, the clients, the other members of where you work, you just need to be able to pass that information to send it to the relevant teams. Well, were you like me? Were you frontline support in your previous job? I suppose technically you still are, but it is different. Yeah. So it works the same as our service desk. where they're there to filter the sort of basic questions and then pass on the actual more skilled labour. Yeah, because our admin teams are going through basically the same things that I've described as the technicians are. Oh, that's right, there's a shit ton of bolts under there. That's why you gotta do it. Well, truth be told, I don't know if I can necessarily be asked to do it properly. That's the main challenge for me, but I'm getting there and we'll get there. Just need time. See, that's what I thought. I thought I just needed time. And, well, I do just need time, but it's becoming so stressful that I'm not entirely sure it's worth it. I literally never stopped. There were days last semester, and, well, a lot of days since I started, where I come in, I check my emails, and that's it. I don't sit down again for the rest of the day. It's fucking exhausting. And it's across so many different things. And I really, really, really wish that they would move to a more... So at the moment, we're just basically like generic techs, and therefore every tech should theoretically be able to do to cover every single need within the school. And we cover so many different things, and this is why I sort of take issue with them saying, "Oh, play to your strengths," because I'm not able to play to my strengths because my job description requires me to be very broad and very general. And I really wish they would move towards that more specialized focus, where I just got to focus on the things that I knew how to do well. Because frankly, even if that meant I ended up working more technically speaking, because it would be one, or not just one, but it'd be a more a smaller set of responsibilities that I'm doing all the time. It would be less stressful because I could just manage that rather than trying to manage a bunch of systems, but also manage a bunch of systems that other people are also trying to manage at the exact same time. And so various conflicts and misunderstandings and different approaches to certain tasks conflicting with each other happen, which is not really what you want. Yeah, play to your strengths, but also know everything. It's just complicated. And it shouldn't be, but the sound of it is that the faculty wants to move more and more towards this sort of... It sounds like they want to have technicians work across the faculty rather than work across individual schools. So they'll only get worse, if anything. And if that's the case, then... well... I would be very much considering resigning on the spot. Which may work in their favour. They may want less technicians. I think that's part of the point. But it'll be to their detriment. Okay, so I still need to find the one on here as well. Hold up, I've missed some things. I have to know a little about a lot of things. Yeah. That's the main challenge for me, but I'm getting there and we'll get there. Just need time. You probably know more about it than you actually already realise. I think that's the experience I had, and I would imagine it's probably the same for you. Because again, you're not there to necessarily deal with absolutely everything. You're there to deal with the sort of basic functions, basic tasks, and then the more senior members of the department, or maybe not senior, but specialist members of the department, can focus on the more complex tasks rather than having to pass all of the lesser, simpler jobs and also do all the complicated jobs at the same time. At least that's the theory of how it works at ours, and to an extent that does work. The issue with ours is that you've got a lot of quote-unquote specialist staff who've never actually had any training, completely new to the job, and have all this guidance above them that really ties their hands in what they're actually able to achieve. So when we come to them with specialist needs, they often say no, when the reality is that how do I put it? They kind of act like the judge, jury, and executioner. When the reality is the service needs to be academically led, right? It needs to be led by teaching, because that's what is ultimately paying the vast majority of people's wages. It comes from tuition fees. Latest transfer. If it isn't, it's bad. It isn't. If it's bad for you, it really isn't. What was that in regard to? It isn't. If it's bad for you, it really isn't. I can make a decent guess of what that refers to, but simply through context. But do you actually like the job, like at its core? I liked the job at what I thought the core was. As it currently is, no, not really. I'm trying to decide whether I would like the job if it was in the state that it should be in, that we're trying to get it back into, or if it was ever in that state, I don't know. Yeah, I'm trying to decide if it's sort of worth sticking out, because it's not always going to be all sunshines and rainbows and whatever. I'm not sure. Problem with the career changes, it's hard to implement. And usually comes with, you need to have some sort of additional training, right? But if I don't have the energy after work, then I'm kind of stuck. Because like I say, I'm not getting the training in work. I'm overworked, so I come home and I don't have the energy to do work afterwards. But then there's also the question of, well, what would I even do anyway? What if this isn't my interest? What is my interest? And this is the thing, people are telling me that, I should go to the doctors and get a sick note and just go off. But then I know that there are I know people say, oh, you should look after yourself, but then I know the rest of the team will suffer for that, and they're already also suffering for that. So it's like, I don't think I'd feel right doing that, and I feel like I would probably be at this current moment in time. I'd probably be taking the system for a bit of a ride. But maybe I'm not. I don't know. No, I know you're not saying that. It's just when you bring it up, it's like that's what people are already telling me to do. That if it's making me feel this shitty, I should go off sick. But I don't know. I've never been that sort of person. But maybe I should be the sort of person. Like there's this old fella that I get the bus with, and he's really ill. But he has to take care of his family, even though he's in his 80s. He still traipses around after them, and he's struggling with the idea of claiming benefits that realistically he's more than entitled to. I don't think anyone would really question that he's entitled to it, with all that he has to do while sick, you know, with various ailments, like cancer, potentially dementia. Can't remember what the other things were that he needed to go in for surgery for. And he's out there not claiming things or feeling bad about claiming things when other people out there, while generally I think it's exaggerated how often or how many people are out there taking the system for a ride. There are people out there that do take the system for a ride, and he's feeling guilty about looking after himself. I know to a lesser extent I'm guilty of the same thing, so I don't know. But I did take 3 weeks off, and yet somehow didn't feel rested at all. Still felt completely exhausted, and really didn't want to go back to work. It's not a suggestion, but because I had to realise it for myself, and that took some time. Truth is, if you feel like you get to the point where you need a sick note, you cannot think about the team. You have to think about yourself. I learned the hard way that you should absolutely think about yourself at work, not in a selfish day-to-day way, but with this sort of stuff, you definitely should. There will always be people who take the system for the ride. It shouldn't affect what you do. Yeah, exactly. But that's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that he won't do it because other people have taken it for a ride. I'm saying other people have taken it for a ride. So if you actually qualify for something, that is there for a reason, and you should, you should pursue taking it and not feel guilty about it, because there are other people doing, getting far more for probably far less serious stuff, just because they can. I don't think anyone's going to look at a sickly man in his 80s and go, oh yeah, this guy, he's the problem with this country. He's the problem with the welfare state, Oh, if I know what this is, but now I need to remember where it is. So up here there should be, I need to protect myself a little bit, because everything's going to jump out like so. There. Ratchet, please just fire at the enemies. Thank you. Give me a second, Keenan. I know it's a joke, don't worry. If it makes you feel better, we literally had a conversation just this week about how ridiculous house pricing is, and how it was different back in his day, and it should and it shouldn't be the way it is. All right. I'll remember that in future. I'll remember when you say you just need a second in future. Good guy, bus passenger. What was I saying? What, do you have a house? I'm well aware you have a house. No, that's fair. This is the thing, though, isn't it? It's like at some point something does have to give, and I'm surprised it's still going up, but I assume it probably will go up for a while yet, because I don't see any government in our near future changing it. But at some point, the housing market has to crash or be regulated, and I mean like properly crash and be properly regulated. I don't think it'll ever go back to the way it was in the boomer era, but it will have to crash eventually. So it's like, if your valuation is going up, what do you do? Do you when do you cash in the chips, or do you not? If you don't cash in the chips, you will always be stuck with that house, and it will probably be at some point. It might at some point be how do I put it? Worth less than you paid for it. But property has property always goes up. Property always goes up because it's become an investment, not something that's just you know, a basic necessity like food or water, which also goes up. So the state has an interest in making sure that property always increases, because they told people to invest in houses. It's why people started buying multiple houses, and it's why we end up with a bunch of shitty landlords and stuff. Look, I need to figure this out. Where is it? I'm pretty certain I'm meant to jump on some pressure pads somewhere around here, and that opens a door, like a secret door. Unless I'm thinking of the wrong game. It might be one of the other games. Yeah, it is a wage problem, but it's a policy problem. It's a regulation problem, because the reality is, the government shouldn't have been telling people to invest in property, because property shouldn't be seen as an investment, really. That's not what it was really meant for. At least not in my opinion. Wait, what was I saying? Oh yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. It's also a wage problem too. But yeah, it comes down to the sort of regulation. Well, not the sort of regulation. It comes down to the regulation and proper running of the economy to ensure that housing remains affordable and available affordable and available for the people that actually need it. So while it is a wage issue, it goes sort of beyond just the wage itself. And it's, truth be told, it's an ideological issue, really, more than anything. No, so or at least it seems that way. Yeah, housing is basically an investment, and let's get away with murder, exactly, which is part of what I'm referring to in terms of the issues regarding regulation. Housing blocks get built and immediately get completely bought up by one foreign investor, so the money isn't going into the UK, or at least not the regular income. Yeah. Amongst other things, but the effect is essentially the same. Oh, isn't politics fun? What the hell happened in here to give me all these bolts? Not that I'm in any way complaining. I think it was a TikTok I saw where this guy literally says, if you want to sabotage the housing market of a given country, just do what the UK has done for the last 40 years. Yeah. Quite literally, yeah. The thing is, I don't think it was necessarily intentional that they did this. I flat out don't think they ever thought far enough ahead to think that this would be an issue. Or they thought that if it was an issue that someone else would come along and fix it. And then no one came along and fixed it. Largely because they'd all invested in it in themselves. So they had a vested interest in making sure that it kept going up. So once again, it probably comes down to more incompetence than it does anything else. I feel like I'm stood on some sort of lefty soapbox here with with this conversation. And while I do generally subscribe to centre-left politics, I do recognise there is more complexity to it than a lot of people might suggest. There is a reason for certain conservative policies. Sometimes. Ish. Yeah. But yeah, no, it is. It's things that should have been solved literally decades ago. I mean, he says the past 40 years, but the reality is it's been happening for longer than that. Now the only way to fix it is to basically ruin those investments. As a millennial, not really, this stuff is just straight up, or as a millennial, I'm assuming there's going to be more to this. As a millennial, what? As a millennial, we're all fucked over? Quite agree. I don't know how the Gen Zs remain so chipper. I suppose if they've always grown up. Like, all this happened, you know, the way it's always portrayed is that, you know, we were promised a lot of things, and now reality hits where we don't get any of those things. It's a bit of an oversimplification, but you know, it broadly tells the story. Can I get up over here? Is that what I'm meant to do? I can. Oh. Whereas Gen Z just seems to have given up all to fucking ever. Like that. Why would you ever own a house? Why would you ever have kids? Why would you ever get married? Why would you ever tie yourself down? Why bother having a job? As a millennial, I feel like I was told to do all this stuff to be successful, so I did it, and then they went, fuck you, eat shit. Yep, yeah, I agree. I think it's because Gen Zs don't have the before, just the after. Yeah. There's certainly some truth to it. Probably doesn't tell the whole story, it's always going to be more complicated than that, but there's a lot of truth to it. I'm really worried that Gen Z will look at the housing situation and just go, well, that's the way it is, because they don't know what it was like before. It's not their fault, but I worry. But theoretically, you know, like, well, yeah, theoretically, we don't know what it was like before. We weren't born yet. So I guess it depends on it's up there, isn't it? That's where the gold boat is. So I just need to increase the water levels in here. What? I don't know. Gen Z are generally just much better adjusted to the current situation than we millennials are. Obviously, you know, there's a lot of people in both age categories, in both generations, but broadly speaking, across the topic, that seems to be the case. And by better adjusted, I mean they've just given up altogether. Which isn't exactly better. Where do I need to go? Which hole? Which hole was it? Must be this one, right? Ah, yeah. When you're talking about sort of deposits and financial regulate, well, it's not even financial regulation because it's not actually regulation coming from anywhere. It's you know, it's the banks say it themselves. But I mean, you're talking about like loan applications and stuff. Yeah, you're right. We were told it would be one way, and then because a bunch of people fucked up the economy, quite literally, we now suffer for it. Yeah, to an extent. Yeah. Oh. Oh, I think we're actually on to the next actual planet. Okay.
It is time to begin your new assignment.
Ah, a photo op by your shiny new shuttle. Terrific idea.
Oh, you really are an idiot.
What?
You are to take that shuttle to the moon base and ambush those two miscreants when they arrive.
Oh, yes. Who are they again?
Those two!
Oh, of course. There is just one problem. I'm,
Too washed up for ground combat? True. That is why I will be loaning you my starfighter. You can still fly, can't you? It's settled then. You will acquire the starfighter once you get to the moon. Screw this up, and the endorsement deal is off!
But that would ruin me. You wouldn't.
Try me.
One thing I will say about the remake of this game is it definitely sets up Quark better in the later games. Spoilers for those of you who haven't played it, but Quark is in the later games, despite what's about to happen on this planet. Apart from, yeah.
I did not see Drek's ship. We must have missed him.
Who knows where Quark is now? If we're gonna catch those two, we need a faster ship.
Perhaps this space station will supply the ship we need.
Well, we're here. Let's go check it out.
Yeah, because it knows where the future of the games actually lies, where clearly in this game they didn't quite know where everything was going to go, or even if it would go anywhere at all after the first one. They did a lot better job of making that a smoother transition. Oh, the game's really chugging. Anyway, well, what are you saying, Keenan? I saw something somewhere that said something like Gen X were given the map to success and followed it. Millennials were given the map and then watched it burn in front of them. Wait, was it 2016 that the remake was made?
I got some great
How fucking old am I? This is crazy. I don't like this.
That's a real beauty.
I would like this.
That's a real beauty.
I would also like this. Don't usually like the Mind Glove, but since I keep getting chased around so bloody often, it might actually not be a bad thing. Anything down there? Might be. Let's go find out. But yeah, it was the movie and the tie-in game are a remake that.
In order to knock them all out, you're going to need the Gadgetron Devastator before the visit.
It's really chugging. It's basically a remake of this game, but with a few tweaks. Some of them for the better, some of them for the worse. When it comes to Quark, it's broadly for the better. When it comes to Drek, I think it's broadly for the worse. Did you say you never played any of them? Not even the remake? Or have you played... I don't know. What have you played? What have you played in terms of Ratchet and Clank? Hi Def, how are you? Come join our talk about the economy and how it's all fucked. Or something more cheerful. How's your new cat? How's she doing? How's the 18-year-old lady cat? Has she been hiding under the bed at all? No, you can't go there. Ah. Should probably bought ammo before I did this. Never mind. She hasn't been eating and seems to like the bathroom, so I have her in there with food. I'll bring her out for stream. Until it's meds and feds time. Is she comfortable with you at all, or is she just completely out of it at the moment and a bit? Because it must be a hell of a lot for her to take in. Don't know how long the previous owner had her for, but I'm sure she will eat and is she at least drinking?
For you today.
But I'm sure she will at least eat in due course.
That's a real beauty.
When the overwhelming hunger takes over.
That's a real beauty. Oh, that's a nice one.
I noticed it didn't take. I noticed it didn't take that much to convince you to take her in. Yeah. I mean, she will be. She will have been with the owner for a lot of years, right? At least you're in a good position to help her. Do you, as part of working there, do you get free health checkups for your pets and stuff? Free healthcare for your pets, essentially, or is it like subsidized is probably not the right word, but discounted? That doesn't feel right either, but. Or cat. Well, she certainly has a good home where she's at now, right? I can do this. I can do this, chat. Shut up and listen. There we go. Alright, cost, I believe. Cool. I'm more wondering because of her needs and stuff. If they are covering that for you, while you do the rest of like taking her in and feeding her and making sure she's well looked after. Or was it basically this all the rather sad and well, I suppose no point trying to talk around it. It was an option between basically this or euthanizing it. As miserable as that prospect is. I certainly hope so, Keenan. Oh, please, hello. No, it's just this. God knows anyone that's ever watched Death Stream will know that he more than cares about his cats. There's a reason his stream is his stream mascots are the Death Cat Army. Fair enough, I guess. DCA for life, right? I mean, ultimately, as long as she's being taken care of, that's the main thing, I suppose, right? I'm sure she'll come round. I'm sure she'll be a bit grumpy about it sometimes, but none of your other cats are particularly like young and boisterous. I don't think any of your cats are particularly the sort of cats that would be out there fussing and bothering her significantly. So depending on the cat, sometimes they almost prefer that, or like a parental instinct kicks in. Which of the cats is the youngest? If I remember rightly, none of them are... yeah. They're all, like, full adult cats. Like, not even, like, young adults, just, like, adult cats, right? We have to wait for the poison to rise. Oh. Can I do it? Can I do it? Can I do it, chat? Can I do it? Oh, I did it. God, gamer. Just one kitten? I mean, like, I don't know. The kitten might get lonely. It might need someone else to keep it company, you know, someone of its own age. Chat, it's all going wrong. It's okay, I know how to fix it. You know, what happens if, like, you get two cats but they have a falling out? If anything, you need a third cat then to, you know, just make sure that they each have someone else to meow to. Oh. See, I just can't. I don't think I can do it. I don't think I can do it, Keenan. I don't feel like there's as huge amount of choice as there should be, given the way that they talk and the policies that they're enacting. Yeah. I'm pretty certain I could get it cheap as well. I made a mistake, chat. I recognize that now. It was a mistake. I'm sorry. What's this do? Now I can go back if I need to. I haven't seen any gold bolts yet. You're a very smart man, Def. I always said it. Always liked you. You just have a greater understanding of the world. Very perceptive. there any more towers around here? Also, how much do I need to add any more ammo?
Bargains for you today.
Seamless. No, in the past I've definitely reached this entire point and been completely bereft of ammo. That doesn't seem to be the case anymore. At least I remember to not blow up those containers, otherwise I wouldn't be able to get up here. Uh-oh. I know one of the skill points as well is to do with blowing up the parked ships. Is that a starfighter we use? Chugging again. I never played these. I did play Spyro because Sam and I had to. Because Sam said I had to. Looks like a kind of a similar gameplay wise. Yeah, sort of. Obviously, there's a bit of a difference with this one involving guns and weapons and such, and they obviously went down very different paths in terms of their sequels. Oh, oh, oh. Steady, chap. Steady. You know, we're talking about the same sort of differences that there are between MMOs. I could talk about how different Final Fantasy XIV and World of Warcraft are, and Guild Wars and whatever, but ultimately they're all MMOs, and to a lot of people it will mean very, very little in terms of me saying how different they are and why one's better than the other and blah blah blah. Yeah, exactly. The foundation is the same. It's the extras that are different. How many more of those do I have to blow up? Let's just go for a little fly. Gonna fly around here. Have a little. Oh. Steady, chat. We'll look over here. I don't see any more, and I'm pretty certain they are something I meant to blow up in order to get the skill point. Oh well, I guess. Off topic, I'm annoyed. There's no release date for the Godzilla -1 Blu-ray because I really want to watch it again. And there's still no UK Blu-ray release for Everything Everywhere All at Once, and I'm furious. Honestly, mate, I'm kind of surprised to hear that you're still buying Blu-rays and DVDs. Well, Blu-rays. That can't go there. Right, that definitively it has to go somewhere else. It has to go here, I guess. That can't go there, so that has to go there. Can't go there. Potentially go there. Now, I should be able to just do this, right? And that got them all. Oh. There you go. All dead shit. Also, I haven't seen either of those films yet. I really should watch Everything Everywhere All at Once. No, I've still not seen Parasite either, which is obviously a very, very different film. I used to be so in touch with foreign cinema. Especially the Korean cinema, which is why I bring up Parasite. Fuck's sake. Let's just do this. Oh, I have no doubt. I think being the video producer for however long I was, kind of killed my desire to watch films for a very long time, and I still haven't completely got it back. But it would be nice if I could get it back. Plus, I just have the attention span of a goldfish nowadays. I have been trying to improve that, trying to bring it back, but well, I've had some success. But like everything else, it's been something of a chore. God, you couldn't tell me that at a younger age. What are you saying? What are you saying? It's on Amazon Prime. Parasite is also as good. That sucks. I fucking love films. I find my attention span when it comes to reading it's kind of short. Yep. Yep. Because I've never been the sort of person that's like, oh, you know, subs over dubs every time. If you watch dubs, you're a scrub or whatever. But I really struggle to watch foreign films and anime that's not English dubbed, because there's reading involved, and it does take a lot of concentration. And I just don't seem to have that anymore, which is really fucking sad, because oh my god, there are so many good foreign films and anime, but there's so many foreign films that are just amazing pieces of cinema, and people can't enjoy them because they haven't got the concentration span, not just the attention span, but because I think that's unfair to make it sound like they like there's some sort of child or whatever that can't. When does that take me? Does that take me all the way back down there? It's not like they have the attention span of a child. It's literally like life has so overcome their brain they can't concentrate for long enough. Hell, they can't even concentrate through a English film or American film and end up falling asleep. So I get it. It's I don't want to fall into that sort of trope of being disparaging to them. There's all this great cinema and we have no time or energy to appreciate it. I don't watch much anymore and find myself doing something else while watching and not really watching anyway. Yeah, I'm the same, Def. I'm exactly the same. Oh god, that dumb fucking argument. Yeah. Dubbed or subbed anime. It's just, if you think you're superior for watching subs, like if you prefer subs, that's fine. I'm not saying you can't prefer them. If you think you're superior because you watch subs and you get so much extra context out of a language that you don't fucking speak, like, that's when I call bullshit. You can prefer it, that's absolutely fine. And there are a lot of 90s and prior to that animes that were so badly dubbed that I would completely understand why someone has a bias against dubs. But yeah, if you think that's a reason to be superior, you've got problems. Undubbed anime takes my attention away from the artwork where it should be. Yeah, I get that, Def. I get that. I've never had much of a problem personally with being able to concentrate on both the visuals and words at the same time. Though like I say, my concentration and attention span have diminished over the years. So, but I totally understand that for some people it's just you're doing one or the other and you can't do both. Real anime fans watch subs? No. I think a real anime fan would realise that dubs are pretty good nowadays and the question is now irrelevant. I'm fine with subtitles, but only if it's something I generally want to watch. If it's something you're only passively interested in, it's easy to feel like a lot of effort. Yeah. Because I'm not much of a reader at all, and yet I read all of the Game of Thrones books, the Song of Ice and Fire books back to back. No problem. Even though people were saying, "Oh, it's a really dense read" or whatever. I mean, it is. It's very dense, but it's very easy to get to, particularly if you really like that world. Anyway, I know I've mentioned this before, but I've been watching Japanese samurai feudal films in the last few years, and there are some truly excellent films. I've never been able to get into it, but I also struggle with things like westerns, which, you know, samurai films and feudal films are almost the same thing as westerns in a weird way. I mean, a lot of westerns actually, you know, did draw in inspiration. I think it's from like Kurosawa and stuff, but I've tried watching them, like things like Yojimbo, and what's the other one that's like Magnificent Seven, but it's not Magnificent Seven. I couldn't do it. It's just not my type of film. I'm sure it's excellent cinema, like artistically. For me, it's just I couldn't do it. Dub versus sub, the answer is whichever one you prefer. Exactly, Keenan. Exactly, and that's all it should be. I loved OPM. I probably wouldn't have if I use the subs. It needs stuff for the comedy to come across, in my opinion. OPM, what's OPM? I'm sure I will know it once you say it. Season 1. Season 1 of OPM. What anime is that? Well, I'm assuming it's an anime anyway. Westerns rip off samurai films. Yep, a lot do. A lot do. Seven Samurai, that's one. Yeah. But I imagine that this is exactly why I can't get into Western films. Because they are these sort of feudal samurai films, which I also can't get into. Or, you know, vice versa. It does show the similarity. No, one good Western film that I really do like, it's not, again, it's a Korean film, but it's The Good, the Bad, the Weird. If you ever get the chance to see that, that's an excellent film. That's because it's sort of, don't know, I don't think it quite qualifies for parody, but it just does it so very, very. One Punch Man, of course it's One Punch Man. Could I watch what? I think I've watched One Punch Man both in subs and dubs, and there's nothing to it. Same for Kill la Kill. Same for Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. In fact, pretty much any anime that I can think of that I've watched both, like, they're completely comparable. I don't think that's the case. I love the samurai films, but westerns often feel very stale. A lot of westerns feel the same. Samurai films actually mix things up, storytelling, cinematography, etc. Fair enough. I can't get into either. I think we're probably talking about the same thing as like when I was talking about MMOs, where that baseline is the same thing. I've never even heard of Tombstone. Sorry, needed a little drink though. Never seen the Dolls trilogy. Oh, I've hidden all my screens. There we go. Right, let's get back to actually playing the game. I don't even know what my favourite type of genre of film would be. I assume it starts with fistful of. Does it start with a fistful of dollars? And is there an easier way of doing this? 1 second, sure. I need a moment, because otherwise this is going to be horrible. Is there a way to get it to fire into that room? Might be over there. Fistful for you dollars more. Good, bad, ugly. Alrighty. I didn't know the Good, bad, ugly was final film. Well, we found Quark. I think I am actually going to, after all that, go back and replenish all my ammo. Because I remember this room being an absolute goddamn pain in the ass. Pretty certain, while I don't dislike sci-fi, it is not going to be in my top favourites. So let's see, what else have we got? We've got fantasy. Definitely always partial to romance. Well, it depends. If it's schlocky romance, I don't know. What are my favourite films? Lost in Translation, Amelie. What other film? Memoirs of a Geisha. Do always enjoy things like Scott Pilgrim. Action's always good, isn't it? So you got things like Hot Fuzz, Die Hard. See, I didn't like The Thing that much, but I think I suffered from people talking too much about how it's a classic. So when I watched it, I was like, eh, it's fine. Give me a second, chap. I did it. Yeah, horror sci-fi. For The Thing. It's aliens. I'm sure The Thing is an absolute masterpiece. See, I told you to get the skill point. I'm sure it is a masterpiece, and I'm sure at the time, and even to an extent nowadays, the special effects in that film were incredible. I certainly think it stands up a hell of a lot better than things like Lord of the Rings. Like Lord of the Rings won Oscars, right, for its special effects. And I cannot for the life of me watch Fellowship of the Ring and take it seriously. That troll looks like utter fucking garbage nowadays. But it's kind of like people always tell me Fight Club is this amazing film. And the twist is really sort of revolutionary, and I'm sure it was at the time, but I've seen so many better twists that probably were inspired by or came from Fight Club having that twist in the first place, but I've seen it done so much better now that I can't agree that Fight Club's this amazing film. Same for the Beatles. Like I understand historically all the stuff that the Beatles did for pop music and for music in general. But because I've lived through the effects of that sort of music revolution and listened to all this stuff that built off that and did it so much better since then, like I just can't like the Beatles particularly. But I like to try everything. I like a film in any genre. Yeah, I agree, Keenan. I'll tend to like anything, provided it's done well. Mostly. So if this is true, did you watch the original or the remake? I watched the original. It's not a remake, but it's like a prequel that's called the same thing. Oh, 1 second.
Come and get me, hero.
Perhaps we could obtain a ship in there.
Great idea. Let's go.
I know what you mean, but I sometimes can't look past it.
You know, Ratchet, I'm doing this for your own good.
I'm gonna need a chance to just concentrate here, chat. Talk amongst yourselves. Do my job for me. Ow. It's all fine, chat. It's all part of the plan.
Nice shot, kid. I owe you one.
Ow.
Boy, you son of a... Let's have a little FaceTime. Now, enough practicing. Let's have some fun. Well, it looks like if you want a job done right, you gotta do it yourself. Time to get up close and personal. You are in big trouble. Big trouble.
Nearly got him, chap.
Ratchet.
Try and avoid as many of these mines as I possibly can.
You think you got me, huh? Catch me if you can.
Just stay on the side of him. Oh,
Look, I'm always like you, kiddo. I was just following orders. Hey, Ratchet, buddy, old pal. Why don't we just call it a day and let bygones be bygones? You hear me there, Chief?
oh. This is getting a little closer than I'd like, chat. Ah. Just don't try and rush it, just be patient.
Mayday! Mayday! Well, Ratchet, I'd say you Oh, boy.
Yes! Quark is history.
Despite my earlier criticism, I must admit your piloting skills are improving.
I knew you'd come around.
But that has not helped us locate Drek.
Come on, Clank. Can't you just once relax and enjoy a little success? Hey, you want to catch Drek? Betcha this baby can do it.
This is Darla Gratch reporting live from Gorda City. This once peaceful planet is being torn apart today in an unprovoked attack. It now seems certain that Supreme Executive Chairman Drek will not be dissuaded in his efforts to destroy the galaxy for his own selfish needs. All hope certainly seems lost.
Darla Gratch, Channel 2 News.
Yes, I know. It is worse than I expected, too.
Look, maybe you were right. This is a lot bigger than you or me. I was really selfish focusing on Quark.
It is not too late to stop Drek.
Hey, yeah! We've got this new ship. Let's go get him.
Now you are talking.
I like that now that he's beaten Quark, he's like, oh, I was being real selfish there. Yeah, no shit. You were told. I try not to let age visuals bother me. I wish I could do that, Keenan. You have fine taste, Keenan. I demand your attention. We demand your attention. I don't care about him. I care about us. We have needs. I have rights and I'm offended. Yeah, you'll deal. Okay. Wait, did we get...
This is
Oh, no, stop. Did we get all the... We have to find the gold bolt, chat. What the fuck's in there as well? How do I get there? What's this? How do I do this? Can I do this? No. That was some sort of golden bolt. Oh, you know what we might have to do? We might have to leave and come straight back. And I'm not even joking.
Clank? Clank? Come on, wake up!
Captain Quark?
No, goofball. It's me, Ratchet.
What happened?
You got toasted by lightning. This place is having one heck of a storm. You won't be safe out there. I'll be right back.
Right, I remember now. We have to do this as a Ratchet. In case that somehow wasn't clear in that cutscene.
Hi there, Fuzzball.
Tesla Claw. Example of a weapon that's not necessarily entirely worth its price tag. And really indicative of how sort of janky these older games were. Okay, so there's one here that I need to go up here. Oh, careful, Ratchet. 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 Oh. I'm not gonna try and do I'm gonna try and do the accent. I'm flat out telling you I can't do it. Camera. Easy does it, chat. Easy does it. Nice and steady. Welcome back, Def. Fuck. Despite how much of a pain in the ass this level is, it's still not my least favorite level. Oh, sorry, I can't. Right, I can't. Is the wind blowing here? It is wind blowing here. Okay. So I have to go round, right? Okay. Let's do it, chat. First try, yeah? Oh. Oh. Slippy, slippy. Whoop. Whoop. Oh. 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 There, chat. Yes. So there's ice and then there is a big wind tunnel as well. Welcome back, Keenan. As long as I use the magna boots, I'll be fine, but if I step off this now, I will slide. Not slide, I will be blown off. You know what I mean. And then there is this just minor inconvenience. Minor inconvenience. Damn it, Keenan, where were you like 3 minutes ago when I was drinking? You hear that? Yeah. Was that hydrating enough for you? Was it as hydrating for you as it was for me? this. Oh. And I immediately did it straight away. Easy does it, chap. This is not as easy as it looks, I promise you. Steady. Is that a gold bolt down there? That is a gold bolt down there. Yeah. Where is the wind tunnel? That just seems unfair. Just fucking rude, if anything. As long as you weren't putting the kiddies in the dryer. Andrew, I think your cats like to sit on the freshly dried clothes, right? Yes. Yes, nuts and bolts are the currency in this. Right, I get the feeling I'm about to be blown down this strip. Yeah, I am. Right, okay, let's do it, chap. Jump puzzle. Oh.
Captain Quark!
Where?
Come on, Quark, I know it's you.
The name's Steve. Pleased to meet you.
Look, Steve, I need to know where Drek is before it's too late.
Did you say too late? Sir, it is never too late to acquire the latest in the long line of quality products from Gadgetron. I have for you, today only, the Gadgetron PDA.
Public display of affection?
No, personal delivery assistant. This device allows you to purchase ammunition wherever and whenever you want it.
Yeah? How do I know it works?
You can always trust Gadgetron quality, or my name's not Steve. Thank you, and have a quark-tastic day.
What'd you say?
Nothing.
See, after all that, he immediately survives, and all is as planned. Look at that little gold ball over there, chat. I see you sneaking over there. I don't think we can get it from here. We have to go a different way. Steady, easy, chat, easy. The gold. There's a very phallic looking design there. And there you go, chat, we're back at the beginning. Let's go down here and oh, steady, chat, easy. There we go. Look at that, we're back. I blow this up. I don't think I blow this up, I think it just gets blown up. I know I need to bring that down at some point. There is something over here. Is that? At some point do I create a swing shot here? I must do, right? So I guess the first way is here. I really want to play like Final Fantasy 10 or 12. I really don't know why. I really don't want that to be my off-stream game, because I never ever fucking finished. Those are games that I have been sort of saving for stream. For the same sort of reasons why I played Final Fantasy VII Remake. I don't really want to go into a long game just yet. Look at this. Can I blow this up? No. I don't remember this screen ever showing Quark before. I'm sure I always, well, it must have always done. I don't remember. I'm sorry, I'm just looking here because, like, with these holes, it feels like there should be something for me to jump onto. I guess it's just step pressing. Yep. Oh, I'm tired, chat. I'm tired of this. Just do it this way. They've all just jumped back in the hole, haven't they? Bastards. Wow. Fuck you. Got him. May have been injured in the process, chat, but it was worth it. Really feels like I should do something with that, but I guess not. Next. Relentless. Be gone, Fot. Me off. I wonder if there's a different type of weapon on it. I wonder if I'm like meant to use the taunter there or something. To make them stop doing that particular attack. Help, help. Ratchet, please just fire. Oh, for God's sake. I just want him to hit the actual enemies. Why is that too much to ask? I should probably replenish my ammo before I go back, actually. Where is the ammo? Is it up there?
Hi there, Fuzzball. Oh, that's a nice one. Oh, that's a nice one.
I'm dead. Just need to stop using the Visibomb above there, even though it's a lot more powerful than the Devastator. I mean, the best gun's Rhino. 9 mini nukes, as it says. See, chat, when in doubt, just rub your face it against it. You get your ass back here. Where'd you go? Around here. To hold that one first. And you're just gonna run in and you're just gonna be like pow pow pow. Cool. Pow. 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 See? Easy as that, chat. I have no rice and green tea. No matter how polite you are being, Keenan, have none. This is not a cafe. If you want to go to a cafe, you'll have to speak to me. That's her gimmick. Are you doing your Duolingo? Is this pizza? No, this is a stream, Keenan. You're a pizza. Yeah, let's see, what would that be? Keenan wa pizza des, I would assume. You are a pizza. I try to do about 15 minutes a day. Sometimes I do more, sometimes very rarely I do less. I have reached a point though where it seems to expect me to really learn hiragana, and just seen the gold bolt. That's really hard. I don't think it's very well suited to fully teach you it. I don't really know what the solution would be to make it more teachable, but yeah, at the moment it expects me, I think it expects me to know 30. Is that right? That can't be right, can it? 30 of the hiragana symbols. I think I know about 15, technically speaking. Or it's tried to teach me 15. Not a good time. Not a fun time. Yeah, I've got some little, I need to pull them out. I've got some little cards somewhere that basically give you ways to remember them. So for example, I'm able to remember what she is because it's like a little flick, like a ponytail. Like she has a ponytail. She. Ka, I remember because it looks like oh, you can imagine it like a little crow on a flying by the side of a cliffside. And crows say ka, so ka. So I need to pull out those cards to help me to give me a way of remembering certain certain symbols. Oops. I deserve that, chat.
Hey,
Yeah, I get that.
My shop. What can I get you? I'm looking for Drek. Sure, yeah, I got lots of stuff on sale. After the bombing, no one is around to buy anything. Are you okay? Low prices? Oh, you bet. I can make you a deal on a busted turburator, a mangled carbonizer, or I got this info bot. Guess that bombing was pretty loud, huh? Oh, you're one shrewd negotiator. I'll tell you what. I can let this infobot go for half price. Well, that's about it for me. Thanks. Quit your complaining. I gave you a great deal. Sheesh!
Afraid to go out at night? Afraid to go out during the day? Just plain afraid? Then you need this! The Ultra Mech Unlimited. This mech is the ultimate in personal defense system. Blorge Industries is now taking pre-orders. Get yours before it's too late.
Now that's what I call serious firepower. Clank's gonna be jealous if he sees this.
Yeah, Duolingo's, by no means perfect. Though it's actually given me the ability to, like you say, create that habit of actually learning. Because I started learning way back in sixth form, and just never had the, I don't know, motivation, capability, various other terms. To keep up with it, particularly because I was self-learning and there was no structure to follow, so this has given me the structure to follow. I'm not overly happy with the idea that they've basically got rid of all their stuff. Not all of their stuff, but they've gotten rid of a lot of stuff in favor of AI. That makes me not want to support them, but I also need to make sure I'm not cutting off my cutting off my nose to spite my face sort of thing. Well, I'm hacking away at my own ankles. The one thing I really hate about myself is I massively struggle with self-learning and discipline with it, so this helps. Yes, yeah, exactly. Yeah, I need something that's going to give me that structure to make sure that I actually keep doing it. And Duolingo is doing that so far. But equally, it's going to have its... Can I just take this taxi? Where does the taxi take me? To the other city. Just take me over here. It does. Right, okay. It's going to have limitations because I'm not practicing directly with someone. Thankfully, you've decided to also pursue learning Japanese. My best friend already speaks pretty fluent Japanese, considering. Maybe fluent isn't quite the right word, but he's got a pretty decent level of Japanese. If you went over to Japan, which I think he did for his honeymoon, he would be more than capable of surviving over there and getting what he needed, as I'm sure he did. There is something that's firing them. There we go. Oh. That was a little dodgier than I would have liked, chat. Oh shit. Oh shit, chat. But yeah, at some point I'm gonna end up in a position where I need to actually have a speaking partner. If I'm really gonna learn it properly. But one problem at a time. God damn it, chat. Oh, this is some bullshit. I'm definitely pressing jump in time. Okay. Easy does it, chap. I don't think I got the turret though. Bang, sir. We'll see if we can do it this time, and then if not, I think we might have to call it. Might be a little bit late. Alright, Def, I'll probably see you soon. Oh. Where's the turret? Is it straight ahead of me? I can't remember. Yeah, it's straight ahead of me. Okay. Going to do that. Yep. God damn it. I think I'm too tired, chap. And I think we need to go back and get some more ammo anyway. So I think, seeing as we are pretty much at the 3-hour mark, we will call it there. And we will go and we will raid Death. Because I imagine he's about to finish Mass Effect 3. So that's where I'm probably going to be hanging out for the rest of this evening.
Oh, that's a nice one. Oh, that's a nice one.
Let's just save the game. Cool. Then we will go. Have a good scratch, you deserve it. Sorry. Can you hear it? So 1 second, if I move the microphone just a little bit away from her. Can you hear me scratching my chin? Let's go over to apologies. But sadly I do need it. This headset is not. So can you hear me moving it around? Can you hear this? Because it is showing up on the audio levels. Can I do that? That's just me adjusting my headphones. I spent so fucking much money on these headphones. I kind of love not to use them, but at the same time, I might have to. I've got a new mic arm. I might need to pull out wherever the hell it's gone my Blue Yeti, because they are a lot to deal with. But I don't want to pick up the audio from the speakers. But we'll see. I'll have to test it. Anyway, thank you for the company and the chat and the therapy. I'll figure it out. Or I won't. I don't know. However, yeah, thank you. Yeah, like I said, I'll figure it out. But thank you for keeping me company. We'll go over and we'll say hi to Def, so we can see the end of Mass Effect 3 and the Mass Effect trilogy, and all of the Mass Effect games, because there are no other ones. There was only those 3. Shut up. Yeah. Don't know if I will stream tomorrow. I will decide at the time. I might do, I might not. Depends how I'm feeling. Depends whether I really want to play Ratchet and Clank or not. Well, it'll be based on my energy levels. Let's have to get the raid started rather than just saying we're getting the raid started. Here is our raid message. If anyone would like to use that in the raid, that would be appreciated. I know there are a few people lurking, so if you're busy or just not interested, don't feel like you have to come out of lurk to participate. But it is always appreciated when we can do a little bit of gentle spam and show our love in other people's streams. But yeah, I'll either see you. Well, I'll see you sometime next week. It seems like I'm doing Tuesdays. I'm trying to stick to that. Now trying to stick to at least one day on the weekend, whether it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It looks like Saturday's potentially the one that I do, just because it gives me a bit of room to rest afterwards. But we'll see. Anyway, yes. Enough of me babbling as an outro. I guess I will see you all either tomorrow or Tuesday. Have a good week. I'll see you around the rest of Twitch. Oh.